Hello peeps and hello peppers, recap time. Very important announcement. I'm supporting my elbow on a pencil box. So I actually have the sincere hope of being my own tripod and not moving too much. But yeah, I wanted to sketch basically everything that I wanted to say in the recap time, so I would sort of sound coherent for a change. So, for instance, one of the big, small sensations of the week was like a cloud that changed every so often, and my friends and I always saw a zillion different animals in it. Like, I would say it was mostly like a whale because it was really long and stretchy, but the structure in what looked like the head even gave me my beloved Desmosdylian vibes. But then again, like everything in my life is Desmosdylian at some point, so yes. But it was great to have such a good community of people who really can marvel at a cloud and who really can have humor for everything and for life, because like humor is needed, especially in a world like this. And the sun was shining, which is like really rare. Like, you know that the Icelanders say when the sun shines in a summer, like for 5 days, and everybody's gonna talk about these 5 days as if the other dozens of rainy days never existed. I am kind of light oversensitive, so yes, I really appreciate my self-darkening glasses, and actually I had to tell someone to not open the window blinds in my apartment this week. Like, because people don't realize that some people are like light oversensitive to the extreme, and like if the wind is not too extreme, I'm going out with a wide brim hat. Right, I forgot to draw some animal with a funny hat. But yeah, that's also like one of my themes of the week, because like the social media just told me this week that it's ME/CFS awareness month or visibility month, like which is an invisible, largely invisible disease that is poorly researched. I can't say much about it, and I can't emphasize it enough that I'm not here to give medical advice, but let's say many people who have that report, they are not taken seriously by doctors, even when they say they need help with this and that. And I've heard that like more often than once, that many of the concerned are very light oversensitive, and people just waltz into their dark rooms and open the window blinds. So let's say if someone says don't open the window blinds, then you don't open the window blinds. That's a new rule of society as long as I live and as long as I advocate for people with art. Actually, some people on social media even claimed that Florence Nightingale, the famous nurse, had ME/CFS, also known as chronic fatigue syndrome, which of course I can't know, but anything is possible. Like, of course, it's very questionable if you diagnose someone with something more than 100 years later. But the point is, this whole thing made me Google Florence Nightingale and how she changed like hygienic rules in medicine, which I found really cool. And like, okay, some people also cite her in connection with my favorite theme, asexuality, but yeah, same goes here. I can't ask someone from more than 100 years ago if they were this or that. But she had a pet owl that she saved when children were torturing it, according to Wikipedia. And I like that idea. I usually, in today's time, of course, don't approve of keeping wild animals as a pet, just so. And I also find very divided opinions on what to do if you find like orphaned little critters in the nature. But yeah, I'm glad to have like taken the time to read a lot on my phone. And yeah, there was also such a nice thing on social media that reading gives you more empathy, like even the fictional stuff, because you learn to feel about problems that are not yours. So maybe I should like reduce my screen time even more and read more again. And of course, it's the 17th of May today, so I think a lot of the song 17 again, with some things. I wish I had known them when I was 17, like about autism, about asexuality, or like generally about having better role models. I actually think that many people want to put whatever label on long dead people because they want good role models. And yes, I read a lot as a kid, but like with the arrival of smartphones and internet and so on, I became much more stressed and read much less fiction and much more articles. And I mean, like, even at this 17th of May, I haven't really written a complete chapter of my book that I wanted to finish in May. But I found an outline of a chapter that I had forgotten about. So guess what I'm writing today? And yeah, one of the big things of the week was I was kind of so lucky to be able to go to a stationery store that sold really specific notebooks that were blank on one side and lined on the other. So I can alternate drawing and writing, and can draw when the words fall out of my head. And yeah, I did such an Instagram video with 3 flowers because I noticed that I need to kind of tell myself there should be a core of 3 things that I do every day. And this is the morning illustration, 1 chapter of the book, and another chapter of the book. And everything beyond that is luxury. I figured out that I can grab my avocado cup really good with 2 hands due to its form. I can't show you that while I'm my own tripod, because I can't operate a tripod for 5 cents. I'm embracing that too. And I was so happy that like my friends helped me and my devices on wheels when we went to a nature park. Yeah, of course, like friends are there to help each other, but let's say the rocks in this nature park were so stupid for people with orthopedic equipment, and I actually don't know who to turn to ask about disability adaptations, because this is also like protected nature where it's just not that easy to build a road for equipment, but I'll figure it out at some point. And yes, this is an elf park, so I thought I should have the little houses in the picture. Because, like, this is this Icelandic, like, partly superstition, partly part of normal life, that when you try to build in areas supposedly inhabited by nature spirits, the machines suddenly stop. But Halo disability equipment has also become part of nature. So maybe it would pay off to talk to all the nature spirits in tranquility. And to the sea monsters. What else was I going to say? Yeah, the flowers here, they look a little bit like blobs, because I had such a good talk with my friend about what worked in my life. And so I'm noticing more small things that worked. And I mean, it's like approaching Pentecost of 2025 now. So this is the time where exactly 20 years ago I wrote a novel, basically under amnesia. This novel is called Eve and Wonderful. It is actually about like a nature spirit falling in love with a person and taking over this person's central nervous system in a benign yet annoying way. When I read this story again, then I was kind of sort of crying because I didn't remember writing this, but it told me so much about myself or myselves. And this story sorrily then feathered out when I started overthinking it, when it got more and more like absurd details when I thought about it consciously. So yes, there are things that I should not think about consciously, and where I should maybe just trust the universe, the skateboard of the owl, the elves, or whatever, to finish it. And this was essentially also the time where I had to learn to say no. But I always forget that, because, like, let's say I have had so many good things in my life that I tend to forget all the time. So I also hope that these YouTube videos and Insta videos at some point serve as a memory help for me. And I wish you a great rest of the week, and I'll see you whenever you want to. Bye-bye.